Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub, Pub Sports Radio, Monday, January 30th. Ian Cameron, we got Dutch, we got Skee, and we got Wham. I don't know, is that Ray Wham Charles? Stevie Wham Wonder? I don't know, but it's looking like it today here on the Monday edition of the NBA Pub Hub show. But looking good, Wham, with the shades.
Appreciate you. My son trying to make his appearance too. He trying to make his appearance too. Let him in. Let him in. Trying to make his appearance. But yeah, I'm feeling good, bro. I'm feeling good, feeling great. I'm happy to be here with the OGs, man. You know, I love Mondays, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a great card as usual. A big Monday NBA slate with 9 games, I believe. No, 8 on the card tonight. And we'll begin in Philly, where it's rocking in Philly with the Eagles on the way to the Super Bowl. And now the 76ers will try to keep the momentum going for Philadelphia sports as they host the Orlando Magic. We've got Philly 9-point home favorites, 229.5 the total in this one. Certainly, obviously, the vibe. I don't know if it's going to be. It's always pretty. They sell out the place. It's always full. I don't think just because the Eagles won yesterday to go to the Super Bowl, it'll be a huge difference in terms of the atmosphere. But the Sixers are definitely playing excellent basketball. They've won 7 in a row during this recent stretch. We'll see if they can keep it rolling here tonight. Against this Orlando Magic team. Keep in mind, the Philadelphia 76ers have played Orlando twice this year, won and covered both times in Orlando, winning by 8, winning by 30 the very next game. So it was 2 wins and covers for Philly in those games. Magic coming off a beatdown at the hands of the Chicago Bulls. It was a tough spot, though, back-to-back for the Magic, playing in or at home against Chicago on Saturday night after being in Miami the night before and really taking the Heat down to the wire and losing by 5 there as 8.5-point dogs. I kind of like Orlando in this spot, honestly, getting a healthy number, getting a generous number in this game. I mean, they showed you in the Miami game, they could be competitive. Obviously, you're taking on a Philly team that's playing good ball, but we don't know for sure yet if Embiid's going to play. He's questionable with a left foot issue. Now, look, we've seen instances where the Sixers have gotten by well without him in the past, but obviously would make a difference if he doesn't play. Regardless of his status, I think Orlando can hang in this number. You're getting a generous line here. If you look at the Sixers and some of these wins, I mean, they haven't always been by blowout fashion. They barely beat the Lakers by 1, barely beat the Jazz by 1. They had the loss at home to OKC. They beat Brooklyn by 4, Denver by 7. In their last game. They got to win this by double digits, and Orlando is not chopped liver, as we've clearly seen over the last 2 months. So I like Orlando here getting these points. What do you think here, Skee, Orlando and Philly?
Well, it'll be interesting to see if Embiid goes or not. He's game time decision tonight. But I like the over. The market doesn't agree with me. It's been going down now, but neither team has really been playing any defense. Bottom 10 in the last 5 games. You look at what they've been allowing or what they've been averaging. Combining to average the last 2 weeks, it is 9-4 to the over and averaging about 235.5 points. And if you just look at the home road splits, it's 4-1, averaging 246.4. So both of those get us well up over the number we're looking at today. So that's the way I chose to go in this game.
All right, liking points here in the over for Magic Sixers is Skee in this one. Dutch, what do you think here, Sixers in hosting the Magic?
Yeah, man. Real quick, salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love. Shout out to our guy, Picks from Dave with the jokes, man. Yeah, we got to keep these on for motherfuckers just like you, motherfucker. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, though. I see you, Jay Wills. This is a tough game, man. I see a lot of people on the Magic. I think it's kind of like might be the trendy dog today, to be honest with you. But getting in front of Philly at the crib, not really something I would like to sign up for. I did do it over the weekend. Plus 3.5 on the Nuggets. Looked like good money. Felt like good motherfucking money. And then that fourth quarter came along. I don't know what the fuck happened. But really, Joel Embiid didn't happen. He bitch smacked not only Joker, but the whole fucking Denver Nuggets. I don't know if he goes tonight. But, yeah, man, I'm not stepping in front of Philly at the crib. I mean, it's been real good money. If I did, I would probably lean more early with the Magic. Maybe first half, as the Nuggets covered first quarter, first half in that game, and then got put to sleep in the second half. Philly really liked that at the crib. So at any time, I feel like they could flip the switch. If I had to bet this game, it's Orlando early.
Orlando maybe in the first half. What do you think here, Wham? Magic Sixers?
Yeah, I think I like the 76ers too. I like the 76ers here at -9. I think they could take this portion of the regular season as serious as the Bucks is currently doing right now. We see the Bucks taking advantage of what they doing, taking advantage of anybody that's in front of them. I think they have to take this serious if you want the respect and be, you can't just beat Jokic and the Nuggets. You got to do a little bit more. You got to be able to blow out a team that in this Orlando Magic team. I think if they take this game serious, and along with a lot of the rumors about them having fun and going and having all the charades with the Super Bowl, you may want to fade against them here. I think that may be a bad idea. I think that this team may be trying to take advantage of the season, just like all the other teams that's trying to stump on them. So I think the Sixers is a good side here, but I locked in on the Melton prop at over 9.5 points. He's averaging 11 points over the last 5 games. He's went over this number 3 straight times. Over 9.5 points for DeAnthony Melton, -120. Even if Embiid is out, it's only going to be more attempts for him. So give me DeAnthony Melton over 9.5 points.
Next up, it is Lakers and Nets. We've got Brooklyn 9.5 point home favorites, 229.5 the total here in this one. The Lakers, I'll tell you what, I've actually made some money on the Lakers some of the last recent games. I actually took them once that line got to 8.5 the other night against Boston in that big television matchup on ABC on Saturday night. I'm like, these are games that we always get the Lakers. It seems they rise up a little bit when they're in these spots. TV spotlight, Boston Celtics, classic old school rivalry. And sure enough, you got the Lakers playing their asses off, including
Should've
one
won that
LeBron
motherfucker
James.
outright.
Yeah, they should have. I mean, we know the refereeing was horseshit. It was bad. And normally when LeBron's on the wrong end of one of those things, I'm like, oh, wah, wah, crybaby there, LeBron. But he had a legitimate beef there at the end of that game. It was bad. It was obviously something that should have been called, but nevertheless, tough way to lose. My only concern here, because I lean to the Lakers again, honestly, laying the points, is do they pull themselves up off the mat after that? Is it going to be easy for them to do that? I mean, they gutted it out. They should have won the game, could have won the game, and they lost in overtime, 125-121, heartbreaking fashion. Do they have enough in the tank to come right back, roar right back with another strong effort? Because in theory, Brooklyn is a team that they'll get up for. Brooklyn, of course, still without Kevin Durant, as we know. It looks like what else is new? Ben Simmons, a game-time decision with a knee injury. He didn't play against the Knicks. I'm so friggin' sick of this guy. Words can't explain it. But nevertheless, questionable here tonight with the knee injury. I still lean Lakers here a little bit. There's a big number. I understand the move that's going on here in terms of the Lakers with LeBron out, with AD out, with Lonnie Walker, obviously. Potentially not playing, although he's been upgraded to probable. It's obviously AD and LeBron. Betting markets are reacting. That's why this line has gone all the way to 9.5. But, it's still a spot where I'd be a little careful about laying this many points here with the Brooklyn Nets in this game. So for me, still look at a small bet on the Lakers here, plus 9.5, even with AD and LBJ sitting here in this one. Looks like up. Lost Skee for a sec. So we'll go to Dutch here. What do you think, Lakers net?
Yeah, man. Real quick, big shout out to our guy, Big Ragu. Good to see you, my man. Doc in the building. I know he crushed that Eagles game for sure yesterday. Good shit, my man.
4-0. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
hell of a job by Big Ragu. Awesome work. Yeah.
Shout out to Big Ragu.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So plus 200, I believe, on a -4. Yeah, good money there. Good motherfucking money in Philly. And good to see our guy in the building. Good to see Ray Charles as well. Sweaty Butcher. My guy, come on, man.
It's good to see him. He's right on screen right now.
Yeah. Nets bets. Nets bets in the building.
Hey, he gotta make an appearance, bro. It's only right. That's what he wants.
Exactly. Yeah. He's a legend. Come on.
Medicate Monday it is, my man. Good to see you. This game though, man. Shit, man. Really, to be honest with you, it's a tough game for me. I can't really, LBJ. He's still hurt. He ain't even want to play in this motherfucking game. He's still upset about it. Hey, man, that was definitely a foul. And fuck, hey, you react like that.
I think this is I'm not over the Boston game absence for LeBron. I don't think this is injury. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still in his feelings about it, man. He's pretty fucking pissed. And say what you will about him, but man, come on, man. He played his heart out in that game. They should have won that game. That was horrible fucking miscall there. But yeah, man, I think it's probably a Brooklyn spot here, but the number's getting a little carried away. Then you see, I kind of just want to fade Russ's ass in the Lakers after the way I seen that motherfucker do those kids earlier today. I know y'all seen that.
Oh,
man.
yeah. Fuck them kids, though, bro. Fuck them kids, man.
Is it fuck them kids? You got two little motherfuckers running around.
I got three. I got three. Yeah, it's all good.
Hey,
bro.
man, Russ
got enough problems
Russ
to worry about here.
He's a cold motherfucker, bro. You lucky they even asking for your autograph. You bummy motherfucker. You gonna do him like that? Come on, man. Hey, but go ahead, Skee. What you gonna do with this motherfucking basketball game? Fuck this basketball game. Back with it.
All right. Yeah.
All right, Skee.
Well, first off, fuck Eric Lewis or whatever his name is. I think that's his name. Yeah. That shit was rigged.
Who's that? Is that the Celtic? Is that the Celtic referee?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't a good weekend for officiating, was it? Football, basketball, anything with a ball, bad officiating. Yeah.
Watching that, and then having to watch KC last night. I'm like,
my light just came out. That's funny.
But I guess in this game, the thing is, I don't trust Brooklyn enough to be laying this kind of number versus anybody. They're not playing good enough defense. And if you can't get no stops, how you going to win by double digits or win by margin? You know what I'm saying? So I have to look towards the Lakers. I know everybody's at least giving effort or trying right now to win games. You can tell it's not like you looking at them going out there and losing and not caring. They really trying to win these games. So at least if you get the effort, and I think the Lakers will play better defense than the Nets have been playing. I still think they can rebound better than them, other than Claxton. Claxton will probably have a solid game, but I think the Lakers can hang around, and that's the way I'll probably play it.
Yep, I agree. There's too many points now. I mean, I understand an adjustment, a little adjustment, or even somewhat of an adjustment. 4, 5, 9.5 now. That's a lot. It's too much, in my opinion. So we'll see if that's the case tonight. All right, Sacramento, Minnesota. It was a pickup. Actually, it was Minnesota home favorites. It's Sacramento now. They're laying a point on the road.
Ray. You don't see Ray. Fuck this basketball game. Back with
it. I heard that. Yeah, that's good. Good stuff. Yeah. We've got, Sacramento, Minnesota, 237.5 the total in this game. This is a rematch, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, these two teams played just over the weekend as well in Minnesota, and it was 117-110 Wolves getting the victory. Do we get concerned about Sacramento now? That was a horrible game against Toronto last week at home. Horrible game, okay? They got totally embarrassed by a Raptor team that's been fucking mediocre all year. And then, of course, the next game against Minnesota, they go on the road, they lose. They're fully healthy. They've had a good first half. But look, we did say a lot of the wins were against some weaker competition. We did say maybe you're going to level off at some point. That's the case. That's what's keeping me off Sacramento. I kind of like the situation where they're playing the same team that just beat them the last game. That maybe it's a revenge spot, but I don't know. If you look at the Wolves side of the equation, Towns is going to be out. Gobert is going to be a game-time decision, questionable. He played Saturday against Sacramento. You would think he'll play tonight, though. I mean, they've got him as questionable, but I think if he played the other night, he'll play as well in this game. The line has moved to Sacramento, but I've got a weird feeling this team's about to go into a slump. That's just the way I kind of feel regarding the Kings right now. And Minnesota, look, they've won 5 of their last 6. They've gone 6-1 ATS their last 7. They are starting to play better basketball, pick their game up, because this was expected to be a team well in the mix, at least to be I think a good team in the West, maybe not an elite team, but a good team in the West. And they're finally starting to play like that. So the momentum is all Philly or Minnesota, and none of the momentum's on Sacramento's side. Again, it does feel kind of like back-to-back. You want to look Kings here, but I don't like the vibes I'm getting from Sacramento these last 2 games at all. There's nothing to like. So I'm passing this game. I think it's tough. I talked myself out of Sacramento is essentially what I did. Lean to the over, if anything. What do you, especially if Gobert doesn't play? What do you think here in this one, Skee? Sacramento, Minnesota.
I played the under, and it's one of those games where they're playing again in that short time frame within a week. The first game went under, and the bookmakers adjusted lower because in my mind they're expecting a lower scoring game. So as far as back as this one goes, which I think is around 2013, It's a little bit above 63% to the under. So I want to rock with that. Minnesota's the second best defensive rated team the last 5 games. And just looking with both of these teams, are averaging the last 2 weeks, they're 10-5 to the under. Their games averaging close to 232. And if you look at their home road splits on the season, they're 31-18 to the under. So a lot of things line up for me to play this game under the 238.
All right, good stuff indeed. I want to throw something out there right now at you too in terms of the prop market. Let me just see if I can find it here. But yeah, there's a big streak in terms of D'Angelo Russell's gone over his made threes 8 straight games. D'Angelo Russell for the Timberwolves. So that could be something you take advantage of here in terms of player props tonight in this game. Dutch, what do you think? Kings, Timberwolves. Muted.
Man, this fucking GMO motherfucking Mango Kush got me getting me on a motherfucking Medicaid Monday. Shout out to our guy Spence though. Cashville, I see you, my dude. I see you. Nunya, always good to see you as well. I like the Wolves here, man. I'm kind of fond of them Sacramento Kings, but not in this situation. And I've just watched a lot. I've actually watched a lot of the Wolves basketball games of late. And at the crib, man, they showed me something the other day against the Grizzlies. I think right now I think that we're getting some value here. I do want Gobert out there, so I have waited right now, but I like it at even money. Rudy's out there. I got to be on the Wolves here. They did obviously just play 52.5% from the field against Sacramento. They pretty much did whatever they want. They were out did plus 18 plus 8 on the rebounds. They were, however, minus 10 on the turnovers. They turned the ball over 19 times. And minus 15 free throw department. So I do believe there's even room for improvement here against. And I kind of like your breakdown there, Bobano. I do think Sacramento could be here in a funk. They played above par here so far this year. So maybe come back a little bit to reality. I'm not like saying they're complete ass. I think they might come back. Only thing that stands in the way is the back-to-back here. But I still think Minnesota's the play here. They are 7-0 ATS last 7 versus a winning team, so they've been playing up to the competition. 7-1 ATS last 7 overall, and they handle business at the crib. 9-1 straight up last 10 at the crib. 4-0 against the number last 4 at the crib. And the Kings have been suspect of late. 1-4 ATS last 5, 5-1 ATS last 7 against these Timberwolves. So Timberwolves have had their way with them. I like it here. They've been chilling at the crib. They've been handling business at the crib. Anthony Edwards, man, woo, boy, that boy looking real nice. So continue to do what you do. Rebound the basketball. Don't turn the ball over as much, and win this basketball game at the crib. I like the Wolves.
Why not plus 825? Anthony Edwards double tonight. He had it in the last game against Sacramento. Plus 825. I mean, look at the price you could get with that. Yeah, any Anthony Edwards props. I mean, he's filling it up. He's rebounding. He's dishing the ball. Dropping dimes as well. Anthony Edwards is
on posters and shit. Triple J knows all about that.
Yeah. I was like, he's hooping for those damn Timberwolves right now. Big reason why they're on a great run, their best run of the season probably. All right, Wham, what do you think? Sacramento, Minnesota.
Yeah, man. I mean, they just played Saturday, so I mean, it's if you watch that game, you've seen it. Like Rudy Gobert just doesn't seem like he's a good matchup against Sabonis. I mean, as far as Sabonis is not a good matchup with Rudy Gobert. The European boys know how to play each other. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would say there. So I think that they really key in on holding down the paint in this game as far as the Timberwolves, and they continue to have the perimeter advantage. And D'Lo was going crazy, like you mentioned. And then as far as Ant Edwards been right there with them, going crazier. So I expect that both of those guys to still have great games in this game. And I expect Rudy Gobert to hold it down in the paint. So I am on the Timberwolves here at minus 105. I took the money line here. I like that look a lot. As far as the Sacramento Kings, like you mentioned too, Bavano, do you got to start looking at the Kings? I think they may get getting a little too love. Everybody started trying to get this motherfucker the coach of the year. Like, y'all forgot this Mike Brown? Like, what are we doing? Y'all better slow that shit down. Y'all better slow it down. And I wouldn't be surprised if they start to digress. You feel me? I was one of the first ones to say that I like the Kings here. And I ain't going to lie. I thought their defense was going to be a lot better than what I've been seeing. So I ain't going to really say that they're going to be a playoff team just yet. They might fall themselves out the play-in within this second half of the season. So I wouldn't be surprised. But as far as this Timberwolves spot here, I think they do play up for this game and play a little bit better. And Edwards still has a great matchup. I'm kind of torn in between Ant Edwards or D'Angelo, like who props I want to key in on first. But I think both of them have a good night. They're ranked 27th in guard position, so points or 3-point makes for either one of those guys. And then as far as the Lakers, I didn't talk about the Lakers either. It is a backwood for me.
Fuck this.
So it is a backwood. So my guy,
sure.
my guy Babano, he knows me, bro. It's all good. That's my boy. It's all good. But I do agree with what he said, though. I did want to say I do agree with what he said. I was leaning towards the under because LeBron is obviously out the game. So I think it's going to be a little bit more younger bodies out there playing a little bit better on the defensive side. I think the defense is going to be better. They have been holding opponents to 35% 3-point percentage. We know that the key point for the Nets over the last 5 games is that they shooting number one, 47% from 3. If they could hold them back from 3, I think the Lakers got a chance of going under the total and possibly covering the spread. So I agree with you guys. I think that may be a consensus bet. I think you guys talked me on the Lakers there, but it is a backwood though.
Fuck this basketball game. Back.
All right.
Yeah, the Sacramento Kings, I think, might have a little case of PTE syndrome, peak too early syndrome, and maybe that's what's happening with them right now. And coming back down to earth a bit, we'll see if the struggles continue tonight. All right, next up, Washington, San Antonio. We've got the Wizards about 5.5 point road favorites. How about the total being up, hammered up the way it was? 234, 241. I'm even seeing 242. So tons of movement on this over. Involving the Wizards and the Spurs. And certainly from a San Antonio perspective, we've seen 238 and 246 in their last 2 games. This is getting up there a little bit now. We do have to keep in mind Washington has gone under in each of their last 2 games. So you're paying a big premium now in terms of the total in this game. Looks like Bradley Beal will play. Gafford is a game-time decision for the Wizards. On the Spurs side, Devin Vassal's out, Romeo Langford is out, and Josh Richardson is a game-time decision for them going into this one tonight. Wizards, 5 straight wins and covers. I'm not stepping in front of the Wizards. Spurs have dropped 4 in a row, straight up and ATS. They have been a little bit more competitive at home at times, though. For the Wizards, they are playing Wednesday at Detroit after this. Spurs host the Kings on Wednesday after this. It would be Washington or nothing. I don't want San Antonio, but I don't know if this is the ultimate buy low spot or a spot that's going to get the most out of the Wizards, playing a lowly San Antonio team. I worry they play down a bit, but I would certainly only look at the Wizards in this game. What do you think here, Skee? Wizards, Spurs?
Yeah, I like the Wizards. Just a little bit of 2 teams going opposite directions, and I can, talk about that from a few different ways. But the last 2 weeks, just against the spread numbers, 5-1 straight up and against the spread for the Wizards, 1-6 straight up for the Spurs, 2-5 against the spread. And those games that the Spurs are losing, they're losing by double digits. They're losing by like 12.5 points per game. So I don't even think the spread matters here. Obviously, that's going to correlate with how I usually look at games the last 5 games, recent performance stats. And then just a couple of other trends that pop up in my database is a team that's off back-to-back double-digit losses versus an opponent off a double-digit win. And that, again, goes to what I was saying, teams going opposite directions. It's 36.4%, going all the way back to 2019. That says to fade the Spurs today. And then also on the other side, road favorites who lost the last 2 meetings, they are slightly under 60% since 2018. So everything lines up for me to take the Wizards tonight.
You want to talk about props on either side? Red hot players, Porzingis for Washington, and how about Jeremy Sokan all of a sudden for San Antonio? If you're looking at player props in this game, 2 definitely players to target if you're going to bet some player props tonight here. What do you think, Dutch? Wizards, Spurs?
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy LJ from H-Town. Good to see you, my man. Shit. I don't know. I guess there's a lot of motherfucking love for the Wizards today. I'm just gonna let these boys talk about it because I know they got a lot to say about it. Go ahead, Web, man.
I don't got nothing good to say about the Wizards, honestly, but I know LJ likes the Wizards first quarter, and our guy Skee was talking about. But I'm on Jeremy Sohan, like our guy Babano said. I think he continues to go over this number. I mean, over the let me see. I just had it up here. My son running around and shit. Over the last 5 games, he's averaging 18.8 points per game, and his points total is at 13.5. Again, he's hit this 6 straight times. I think he gets over this total again. Obviously, he's coming off of a career high, so that may inflate his point average recently. But for the most part, as much as Jimmy say, don't go back to the well with the guy after he hits a career high. I think in this case, his point total is so low. There's so much value there. No one's talking about it. So it might not be tweeted out. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I might not tweet this out, but Jeremy Shohan, over 13.5 points. People don't know nobody.
I heard that same shit about Kenneth Gainwell for the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday. Said, don't bet Kenneth Gainwell props against the 49ers. He had his career high against the Giants the week before.
Right, yeah.
Don't come back to him, and he had a huge game yesterday against the 49ers. Yeah,
man.
Yeah. There you go. Kenneth Gainwell. I had over 21.5 rushing and receiving yards on the guy. Couldn't have been easier. He had it at halftime. So yeah,
he was huge for him. He was huge for him.
Yeah.
So was Josh Johnson.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, getting hurt that was huge for the Eagles. That was big for them too. There was. So that debunks the theory that you can bet on the same player after a career high the next game.
That play at the halftime, though, like right before half, where he just drops the ball and then he has it again and just doesn't grab it. That's I think that kind of took it out of him, man.
So yeah, you can bet someone after a great game. I find from a prop standpoint, you can and still cash. All right, next up we've got as we continue along, it is Golden State and Oklahoma City. All right, Golden State 5-point road favorites, 243 the total in this game. The Thunder, of course, have been one of my right away when it's a Thunder game, it's Thunder or pass. It's either I bet the Thunder or I pass the game. That's where I'm at with this basketball team, especially when they're at home, where they've been absolutely terrific. They beat Cleveland on Friday night, 112-100. I know I was on that. Skee was on that on Friday as well with the Thunder. I'm not going against this team. There has been some money, though, coming in on Golden State in this game with Lou Dort pronounced out again. Pokusevski's going to miss this game as well. Doesn't look like I see anything in terms of SGA. It's just more so, Golden State with Curry, Poole. They're all going to be in. Thompson, Wiggins, and Green all going to play here and start for the Warriors tonight in this game. That being said, we're still talking about a Warriors team that we know all season long what kind of a different team this has been on the road. I guess some of their recent road games haven't been as bad. They did go to Cleveland. They won outright as dogs in a game where a lot of players were sitting. At Washington, they were short road favorites. They won that game. They covered in defeat at Boston. So this notion that they can't get it done on the road, they're starting to improve that. They're starting to correct that a little bit. But the fact remains, they're still, for the entire year, 6-18 straight up and 7-16 against the spread on the road, which is still brutal for the entire season. I would, like I say, it's OKC or pass. And I did bet OKC here plus the 5 that we're seeing throughout now after the move toward Golden State. I think it's worth a bet. I mean, they've been a moneymaker. They're a home dog at Golden State. I know they played a little better on the road, but I like OKC here getting the 5. What do you think here in this one, Skee, with the Thunder hosting the Warriors?
Hey, Wham, our good friend, not liking what she hearing about this Warriors game.
She ain't liking it, huh? She going off.
We're going to see. What I like in this game, I like Draymond rebounds. And it's over 8.5. He's hit it 10 of the last 15 games. OKC is the worst rebounding team in the league. They're bottom 5 the last 5 games. And they're going to play small ball again because Wiggins is back healthy. That's the only reason I think Looney started in that last game. They went to small ball the 3 games before. So in those 3 games before, Draymond was averaging 19.6 rebounds and assists. So I play both. He's hit the 15.5 rebounds plus assists 6 of his last 8 games. And I already talked about the rebounds. So I'm on Draymond Green tonight.
Good stuff indeed. Yeah, it's cold as fuck up here, Nasty Nate. That's why I've got the old man sweater going here. So calm down. It's cold as fuck right now here in these parts. What do you think here, Dutch, Warriors, and Thunder?
Yeah, man. I really don't have nothing on this basketball game. Get back with it, man.
All right. Yeah.
All right, good stuff.
Real quick. I just want to mention because we got the Warriors attorney on line one right here. They said that we got to stop thinking about the Warriors road record from like the entire season because a lot of those games it's not the same rotations that they're playing with right now. And let me just look really quick. The last 2 weeks for the Warriors on the road, they're 3-1 against the spread. So attorney might be right.
Oh, I am concerned. They are playing a little bit better on the road, but I'm not going against my Thunder buddies who have just been lining the pockets for the better part of the last several weeks here. This OKC team, so that's why we're on them again tonight. If the Warriors get the job done, credit to them, but I like the Thunder here in this. Detroit and Dallas. We've got Dallas 8.5-point home favorites, 229.5 the total in this one. The Mavericks, they have a 17-9 straight up home record. But ATS not the same. 9-17 against the opposite. 9-17 against the spread at home. This Mavericks team. I mean, this is consistent failure essentially by the Dallas Mavericks when they've been laying bigger points. I mean, the last time they were laying in this price range was 7 at home against Washington. They didn't even win. They lost outright. So if you think I'm laying 8.5 with Dallas, you need your head examined. Okay, that's definitely not going to happen. Taking this team laying this kind of number right now, especially when you see Luka the Don right now questionable with an ankle issue at the moment, an ankle that kept him out of the last game as well against Utah. Kleber's out, Christian Wood's out. Look, I know Detroit is not playing great basketball. Hell, we just saw them lose at home as favorites to lowly Houston, which is as bad as it gets. I understand that, but for me, it's Detroit plus the points. It has to be, even with their issues, even with this team being god freaking awful, 13-38, 7-19 straight up on the road. I think they're still more of a trustworthy proposition taking the points with them than laying it with Dallas. Dallas has been a consistent money loser, laying bigger points at home. Go and look at their season track record so far. Brutal in this kind of spot all season long. May not even have Luka tonight either. So it's Detroit or pass for me. Skee, what do you think here? Pistons, Mavs.
Yeah, hearing you talk about it and thinking about it, I had a light bulb go off in my head because I need to be betting the Pistons today. I just saw a report earlier. They said anybody can go, everybody can go. Just give us somebody who can play with Luka. Give us a superstar, please. I just don't know what kind of effort we're gonna get from these guys who are out there. They might not even have Luka out there tonight. Only way I'm betting the Mavs is Dinwiddie points. That might be the only person I trust right now. So I would probably expect the Pistons to stick within the margin. It'll be no way I lay with the Mavs, who are, 9-17 against the spread at the house. No way. Give me the Pistons plus.
Yeah, which they did do the last time they were road dogs. They were at Brooklyn and they won outright, 130-122. So we know their best game can compete. We know their worst game, they can get run out by anybody. But I don't know if Dallas is capable of that. Dutch, what do you think here? Detroit, Dallas.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy Viper. Tom Miggs in the building. Good to see you, my man. MMA Jesus, man. Come on, man. And you got lucky with them Chiefs, bro. Them Chiefs got fucking lucky last night. That's some bull ass shit, man. It's a fucking movie, man. The book was written. Shit. Yeah, this game, I really don't have nothing for this game. Back with this motherfucker.
All right. Yeah.
All right, Wham.
Yeah, this game I really don't want to talk about it honestly as well. If I was to put anything, I think you're right, Skee. I didn't know about that report. If everybody's for sale, he need help. Luka need help, bro.
It's depressing talking about him, bro.
He can't Devo everybody, dog.
That's
So
Jaden Ivey right now for Detroit because
Come
he's
on,
going
bro.
a little bit the last few games. I think his props are good. If you
I like
if you
what-
bet Detroit.
I like what Spinny Penny Bombs is saying in the chat, man. During double. We was talking about it too earlier, when
Shout out to that. Yeah, I like that during double. And then also was something we was talking about earlier too that I didn't mention is the KP over 1.5 3-point makes and Porzingis and Kuzma over 2.5 3-point makes. I think both of those are going to make my card as well. Along with I didn't get to talk about Draymond over 8.5 rebounds. I agree with Skee with that. I'm on that as well. But in this game,
fuck this basketball game. Back with it.
I ain't fucking with it.
All right. Yeah.
There we go. 2 games left. We go to Toronto and Phoenix. Phoenix Suns 1.5, 2-point home favorites, 221 the total. What, going on the West Coast? Did the Toronto Raptors get hit with some potion when they went to the West Coast and say we're going to turn into a decent basketball team again? I mean, I've been impressed this road trip so far. They slaughtered Sacramento. They almost beat Golden State. I thought it was a great effort, in Golden State where they rarely lose. They hung tough in that game, the Raptors. And then on a back-to-back, where you think that's a tough spot. I thought they emptied the tank against Golden State on Friday night. Back-to-back in Portland on Saturday. I thought that's definitely a Portland spot, right? And they go into Portland and they win wire to wire. They led the whole game, start to finish. It's like, what the hell's going on all of a sudden for this Raptors team? But 2-1 and nearly 3-0 so far on this very tough West Coast road trip. That's not going to get much easier tonight, taking on the Phoenix Suns, who, as we know, like with so many other teams, you don't want any part of them on the road, but at home, they're obviously very tough. The Suns coming off an overtime win against San Antonio Saturday night. Their last home game, though, was a rare home loss against Dallas, 99-95. Now they got this Raptors team that's played very well here at the start of this road trip. And OG Anunoby, too. Let's keep in mind he's been missing as well for the Toronto Raptors here in this road trip. He didn't play against Portland in the back-to-back. He got injured in the Golden State game and still beat Portland without him. He's out tonight. Phoenix, no Devin Booker for them. Campaign is also still out for the Phoenix Suns. This is a tough game. I mean, I feel like, you jump on the Raptors now, they're probably going to get, beaten in this game. But if you maybe take Phoenix, here's this Raptors team all of a sudden with confidence, playing some defense again, and the Suns can be a little flighty at times. They're missing a couple key pieces. So tricky game means I'm passing. I'm staying out of it. What do you think here, Skee? Toronto, Phoenix?
Yeah, I don't really like this game. I'm going to just go ahead and back with it.
Fuck this basketball game. Back.
All right.
All right, Dutch.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy LJ. I do like where he's looking that first quarter. Our guy Guillermo Zertucci in the motherfucking house. Cali's finest. Good to see you, my man. DC Capper on that Blueberry Muffin, man. Shit, pass that shit, bro. Pass that shit. Good to see you, my man. Star Child, it's about motherfucking time, I do. Not good to see my man. Yeah, this game, man, it's real tough for me. I would like to see OG out there, but I don't know, man. Just to me, I think Toronto first half here might be the look, man. This card's real tough here. I don't want to force anything, but when I was looking at it, I'm like, Toronto first half, they've been gritty. Of late, they look like they're playing a little bit better basketball, as you touched on, Bobano. On the 30th, these two teams did play in December 30th in Toronto. Toronto won as a 2-point favorite by 7, and the Suns, played pretty well, pretty much with the lineup that they're putting out there tonight. CP3 and Bridges both played in that game. DA did play, but he was pretty much MIA. But they did shoot 49.3 from the field, 46.7 from 3. Drained 14 and then plus 11 in the rebound margin and still lose outright. They did turn the ball over 25 times in that basketball game. The length for Toronto, I believe, is an issue for CP3 and them boys. Also, no Van Fleet in that basketball game. So I really look for Toronto here on the road. They're 3-0 ATS first half on this road trip here. They play better basketball, 2-1 overall. I would look for Toronto here to be in this basketball game, even money first half. Strong look here. I'll make it official if I tweet it out.
I mean, Fred VanVleet was doing shit that I couldn't believe the other night against Portland. He's basically he was blocking a shot. Fred VanVleet with his height. I mean, I couldn't believe what I was seeing the other night against Portland. I mean, Portland got clowned. Portland got totally embarrassed the other night. It was shocking. It's just totally outworked in that game by Toronto on Saturday night. It was crazy to see that. Bad performance, obviously, by the Blazers. But no, I mean, this road trip they've turned around. By the way, if you want someone that's playing better lately for the Raptors, he's back on the court. He's healthy again. He's playing pretty good lately, the last few games on this trip. Let's sound Gollum from Lord of the Rings. My precious Achua. He's playing pretty well right now for the Toronto Raptors. He's doing a nice job. His props are probably worth a look tonight. What do you think here, Wham, Raptors and Suns?
Yeah, man. I kind of don't like betting Phoenix, obviously, just based off of that. So I would originally and just not even really like thinking, just subconsciously, I just start thinking that I want to bet the Raptors here. But it's been a tough season so far. I mean, we getting like they may be, tanking, or they may selling everybody. Maybe the reason why they don't want to play OG because they got a good package for them. They don't want to fuck up the trade. Um, Waiting on a third party, maybe, on something like that. I don't know, man. I just think that the betting on the Toronto Raptors right now before the trade deadline is risky business. I think since we know that they're going to be in the market of trading some of their players, I don't want to be involved in any of their games. So it's kind of the reason why I'm staying away from this game. And along with, I always tend to want to fade the Suns. So it's a backwood for me. But I am very intrigued in what I am intrigued with the Raptors here. I'm not gonna lie, I am intrigued there, but I just don't want to. I don't want to put my money on it.
All right, final game: Atlanta Hawks and Portland Trailblazers. Portland 2-point home favorites, and the total 237. Pretty much across the board here in this game. We've got lots of injury info on both sides. Trae Young questionable with a right ankle issue that flared up after the game on Saturday against the Clippers. A 120-113 loss for Atlanta, their third loss in the last 4 games. So, again, this Atlanta team, just when it was starting to look like, right, 5 straight wins earlier this month, starting to get it going, and then they fall apart again. 3 of the last 4 right at 500. Portland 3 games below 500, but, they had 2 home wins in a row against the Jazz and the Spurs. But they also lost to the Lakers as favorites at home, lost to the Raptors as favorites at home. So Portland is Jekyll and Hyde. One game to the next, you don't know what you're going to get necessarily. And they've got a bunch of players that are questionable here tonight. Winslow's out. Yusuf Nurkic right now looks to be game time decision with a calf injury. And Josh Hart questionable with a hamstring issue for the Blazers. He missed the Raptor game. Nurkic did as well. We'll see if those two bounce back. I don't know what happened to Portland Saturday night, but it's like they didn't even show up to play basketball. I mean, really, they were down by 20 or 30 in the first quarter. I got to think it's a Blazers spot, right? They want to bounce back. They got embarrassed at home. They don't want to play that way again. I sure as fuck don't trust Atlanta, right now with what I'm seeing from them. So I kind of want to play the Blazers here. Maybe. I lean Blazers money line, Blazers -2. I haven't pulled the trigger yet. I want to see who's in, but I'm leaning that way. Skee, what do you think here? Atlanta, Portland?
I probably would look towards an over. The more I look at it, both bottom 10 defensive rated teams the last 5 games, and just looking at what they've been averaging the last 2 weeks, both teams over the 240 mark, and we're looking at 237. So if I have to make a play here, I would bet the over.
Yeah.
All right, Skee leaning over the total here, 237 in this one. Dutch, how about you? Hawks Blazers.
Yeah, man. This one's a tough basketball game for me as well. It's a tough card today. When I first looked at it, I was like, man, I think Atlanta's just a better basketball team than Portland, to be honest with you. And I can't really say that. It hurts to say that, and I really don't like Atlanta on the road, especially. But then you look a little, because the Blazers, man, you said it about Toronto. This should be a get back spot, but they have continued just to really show who they are. I think overall this year, the Blazers are 2-11 ATS last 13 on 1 day's rest. Overall 2-7 ATS last 9 after a double-digit loss at the crib. So you think you get smacked around at the crib, you're gonna bounce back? Well, the numbers don't really say that. But then on the other side, you look at the Hawks. I mean, the Hawks don't play well. They don't really do well on that trip to the Northwest. They're 0-5 ATS last 5 in P-Town. And overall, the Blazers have had their way with them. They're 2-7 ATS last 9 meetings overall. And on the Medicaid Monday, these motherfuckers just do not show up. They're 1-7 ATS last 8 on a motherfucking Monday, these Hawks. So it's hard for me to back these Atlanta. I don't really trade questionable. I just think overall roster spot with Capella, Hunter, Murray, and these boys, I really just think they're better than the Blazers. But hard to trust them. Tough basketball game. And you're right, it is a kind of a get back spot for the Blazers. So I don't know if I'll be on this get basketball game.
Here's what you can do too. If Trae Young doesn't go, then you just bet DeJounte Murray props because he's going to take obviously more shots. He'll be more usage, more opportunity. So points and assist props for DeJounte Murray certainly. If Trae Young doesn't go. And you could also look at DeAndre Hunter. DeAndre Hunter, the last few games, has been pretty good for Atlanta. So there's a couple Atlanta Hawks props that stand out. I couldn't find Lillard the other night. That was about as non-existent as he's been in a long time, that game against Toronto. So maybe this is the night that Lillard explodes again for a 50 or 60 spot, and he can do it. What do you think here, Wham?
Yeah, I think in this game, and this is the honestly, bro, like you know how we're on, like as far as like when the games are on, early games, if we having a good game, I'm going to probably double back. I think I agree with you. I do want to bet the bounce back for the Portland Trailblazers here. I think Dame time is way more reliable than the Hawks on the road. But as far as like having it off the jump, I'm not really ready to pull it yet. I think I gotta see my bankroll go up a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, and then I'll be willing to risk it because it probably won't even be a full unit. It'll probably be a half a unit on the Trailblazers here, and maybe even Dame props, points and rebounds or something like that. Because obviously those guys aren't going to be able to be in the lineup as far as getting rebounds. Josh Hart, one of those guys, utility guy, is going to be missing for sure. Dame actually went over this rebound prop recently, and it's kind of at minus 113 for him to go over 5.5. I think the market is kind of caught up to it for the most part, but yeah, 4 last game, I was obviously with those guys in there. 7 in Utah. He has 6 against the Lakers and 6 against the 76ers as well. So it hit 3 of the last 5 games. I think, with the circumstances, it may be able to hit again. So that may be something I look in, but nothing I'm taking official right now at all.
All right, there we go. That's the Monday card. Hit the like button. 305 live viewers. Hell of a number of people tuning in right now. Hit the like button. Get on that. Run it up. Hit that like button for a Medicate Monday. We appreciate it right here on the NBA Pub Hub for the OG Monday as well with the original 4. Always with you on Mondays. Yours truly, Bobano, and of course, Dutch, Skee, and Wham. So hit that like button. We'll be right back. Best bets, Dutch's freshest look, all coming up right after we hear from Manscaped and Southtown 101. Southtown 101, when you're in San Antonio, Texas, stop in. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke, and manscaped.com. 20% off free shipping with promo code PUBSPORTS. All right. And by the way, college basketball net profit, Connor Mack and me coming up in 5 minutes right after this show. Best bets for this Monday. Skee, we'll start with you. What do you like for best bet?
I'm going to go with the Kings game, and I'm going to go under 238. Best bet for me.
There you go. Sacramento, Minnesota, under the total, 238. Best bet for Skee Profit. Dutch, freshest look.
Yeah, man. I hate to do it on a beautiful Medicate Monday, but I haven't placed the official bet yet. So strong lean to the Wolves, even money full game. And I'm looking here Raptors first half, but nothing official, man. I hate to do it.
There you go. Nothing. That's okay. It's sometimes you get shitty cards. Just tough to formulate strong
Very
opinion.
tough. Very tough.
It's one of those days. Yep. Yeah. It is what it is. Wham, what do you think here? Best bet.
And I'm right there with you. It's tough to make a decision here. I don't know which one is going to be my best bet. So I'm just start off with the first one of the day, man. Melton, DeAnthony Melton, over 9.5 points, man. Cashed it early, bro.
There you go. All right, liking it there, Wham. With that, right. My best bet. I'm going back to the well. This has been a team that's been a best bet winner for me more than once, many more times than once lately. And it's going to be not the Thunder. It's the other team, the Magic. I believe in Magic. I think there's too many points to be given them here tonight against the Sixers. You can get 9.5 at Caesars Bookmaker, a couple spots. Orlando plus 9.5 against Philly for my best bet for this Monday NBA card. That'll wrap it up. Thanks to everyone for joining us. Hit the like button on the way out. Net Profit College Hoop Show with Connor Mack and yours truly coming up in just a few minutes. And we'll be back tomorrow. It'll be Dutch in the host chair along with Durrell, and Billy Briz on the Tuesday show. So make sure you tune in for that. For Skee, for Wham, for Dutch, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Monday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. We'll see you again tomorrow right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, man. Salute to the real ones holding us down in the chat. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed, and let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah.